we start?
Let's go.
Okay, well, welcome to the podcast, George Stock.
Thank you.
Today we're just, gonna talk about the trip so far, and then maybe get into some business things too. But yeah, been out here, for a few days?
Yeah, I think it's a week now, week today.
A week, yeah. What do we do? In Cannes.
Cannes in the south of France. It was a bit of a last minute thing, change of scene, sick of London with rain.
Yeah.
And came out here for a bit, which is really nice. First time in this part of the south of France. It's really good.
Yeah, so been swimming,
Yeah,
played a bit of tennis.
which is close.
Yeah, tennis is always a close game with you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, look, I'm still trying to learn, do my best.
Yeah, it's just the
100%.
technique you gotta work a bit on, but otherwise you'll reach my level at one point. No, I'm just kidding.
Give me a few months.
Yeah, a few months sure. But played some tennis, had some good food, went to the beach, went to Monaco. Monaco's quite sick.
Yeah, Monaco last night.
Would you move to Monaco or not really?
Yeah, I see in the next year and a half, 2 years, setting up a bit of a base. My business partner right now, we want to get 2 apartments there, a nice big office
Wait, which business partner?
for Make UGC and BidX.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really good. Set up a new base there, and I just like the vibe. It's the abundance.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing well. You're
Yeah.
motivated by that.
Do you think the city's too small? Because when I was there, okay, it is kind of cool. You see the cool cars, you see the fancy buildings. You're right by the beach. They're all nice, but do you think it feels sort of fake or small town? Does that disturb you at all, or you just go with it?
I think it is a bubble, for sure.
Exactly.
It's a bubble to the rest of the world. It's really nice. It's safe. There's no crime.
Yeah.
And everybody there is extremely wealthy, more or less. I think there's something about it which is just nice to live in a bubble. I think any nice city in the world has a bit of a bubble, the nice area, the places to go to, and there it's just a 2 kilometer strip of niceness. So, yeah, maybe it is a bit of a bubble, but it's a nice place.
You like the bubble.
Yeah, I like the bubble, 100%.
Yeah, and then also the F1s, that's also quite cool.
F1, Formula E, there's a few other events throughout the year.
Yeah, no, it is quite cool, but then, what else? The casino. Should we tell them the story?
Yeah, tell the story. You
So,
wanna say it?
no, you go.
Okay,
Yeah, tell me the story about. Yeah, so we're going to the casino.
set the scene.
Okay, I'll set the scene. So, yeah, we just walked up the hill from the restaurant. We go to the Grand Casino. Obviously, can't get in because we're not old enough. And then we go into the hotel right next door, just to sit down in the lobby. We're all really sweaty. We're also here with one of your friends. We sit down, us 3, and then we hear some waitress in the end. I'm just sitting there, my back hit, to my back is the waitress and other people, so I don't really know what's going on. But then, what happened then?
Yeah, so she was complaining about lots of people being in the lobby and then particularly pointed us out and said, look, by the look on their faces, they don't look like they belong here. I don't know about you, but it's not a nice thing to say to anyone, and I didn't take it too well. So I decided to. Normally I would just brush it off and ignore it and move on, but I got up and spoke to her in a very, very polite manner, and said, "Look, I don't think you really know the full situation here. I've worked very hard for the situation that I'm in." I explained a little bit about myself, and then she began to take it back more and more about what she said and blamed it on other people and tried to deflect the blame, and that was in front of her whole family. So. It doesn't look good making somebody else look bad for whatever reason.
She basically said we didn't belong there, and you basically said, nah,
We
we do. But then, we sat there just to sort of rub it in her face, and then, walked out. Then, we saw some nice boats, some cool cars, and, just walked around a bit. But, that was a really fun trip, going to Monaco for the day. I think it sort of sets a scene, especially when you're an entrepreneur, to know what's possible, right?
Yeah.
And because where I grew up in Switzerland, if I'm going to be honest, we have very similar things too. But in Monaco, it's in such a concentrated area, which I haven't really seen before. So many cool cars. The people there, I know, they seem a bit fake. I'm not sure if I like that. But it definitely shows you like what's possible and definitely inspiration too.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with lots of nice cities, London is the same, where you have nice cars. You do have nice cars, but you don't have thousands of nice cars all in one place.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's the same with yachts or a boat. You might see a nice yacht when you're on holiday and you think, oh, they must be doing well. But when you see 200 yachts in 2 marinas all parked up and they're all super yachts, these $10 million each, you know, like, okay, a lot of people are doing very well in different industries. Yeah, it makes, you know, it's like very, very possible, very achievable.
Okay, so you mentioned before, maybe you want to move there with your business partner, make UGC. Just give a quick rundown, maybe 1-2 minutes. I just want to, give them a bit of background information of who you are, what you do, and so on.
Yeah, so started in e-commerce a little over 5 years ago, running my own dropshipping store. Started off selling candy and then moved into dropshipping products. And I had a perfect point where COVID and TikTok were growing at the same time, and decided to start posting TikTok organic stores, and did very, very well. So I was able to get 4 to 5 million views on the first video. I think it's 4.7 or 5.1. Don't know the exact number, but it did very, very well. And then from there, grew more dropshipping stores, launched an agency with UGC, sold the agency late last year, and then went to go ahead and launch 2 software companies, one being Make UGC. So Make UGC is an AI UGC platform.
Yeah.
So it's AI creators, they're real people who have voice generation, hand replication. We have full body effects.
How many creators do you have?
Right now we have 50 on the platform, and then 10 to 15 coming on a week. There's a delay time anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks because we have to do the full cloning process, but also a way to create your own avatar on the system as well. It takes around 20 minutes to process. So it just changed the whole space from spending anywhere from sort of $400 upwards for a decent UGC video. You can now pay $100 or so a month and have access to a whole range of creators. They're all licensed for the next 10 to 15 years. So then we can refresh them after that period of time. And that just sets you up really nicely to have UGC creators for whatever purpose, whether it's your agency, and you can put an agency around that. We've seen that now, a software company or an e-commerce brand.
Yeah.
And you can get those UGC creators for prices where you couldn't before.
So it seems like software is the way you're going to get there to be, living the lifestyle, living the life in Monaco, right?
Yeah, I would say that's the first step of the plan. It's always going into other things. There's other interests later on.
Of course. But my question was, how much does it cost? Yeah, let's say we have e-commerce entrepreneurs out there. At the end of the day, everyone has an idea to start their own software company. Everyone has like a little tip or little trick they could, build a company around, but usually they're just focused on their e-com brand and they don't really want a distraction like starting a software company.
Yeah.
So for those people, how much does it cost them to start a software company? What are the sort of costs they need to look out for? Is it even worth it for, let's say, an e-commerce entrepreneur to get into the software game? Is it completely different? Like, explain that a bit too.
Yeah, I would say getting into software on the first company. I have 2 software companies, one being Make UGC, which I explained about before, but just prior, we launched Videx and it did very, very well. That's why we moved across. But I got into the game thinking, look, it's software. I've sold subscription products e-commerce wise before, and they've performed well. Surely I can just go ahead and implement the same. And was I wrong? It was so different.
Exactly.
The technical process, I'm non-technical, so I don't know all the coding, how to build stores out myself, how to use the software. I have a great team around me. So to build up that team, it's difficult to start off with, and build a team where there's high amounts of trust, and you need to put securities in place and systems in place to make sure nothing goes back and forth. What I've spent on software to go ahead and develop will be over 6 figures now, just on development alone with no marketing. So that's everything from signing creators on board. We have to go ahead and build out all the systems, the APIs, and there's a lot of things in place to go ahead and get it launched. That's for both of the software companies together. But to go ahead and start one, to go right off the bat into software, I think it's a little bit of a dangerous move. One being the barriers to entry are really high. You need to know the space, the market, make sure you can get customers on board, which we already had because we cross-sell a lot of our customers. The services can be mixed together. We also have different clients from YouTube and all other different sources as well. But starting a software company, At the end of the day,
bit of a process.
At the end of the day, though, your exit is always going to be way higher than any other business because it's a subscription, and if you have a sticky software, you're able to get 10, 20, 30x of your revenue, not even profit.
Yeah.
For a year's amount of growth, which simply with e-commerce, right now, maybe you're lucky for a 1.1, 1.2. It's just exponentially high.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm also sort of getting into the software game just with a different aspect. So I obviously run the website agency. We make websites for a lot of those influencers, e-com guys out there. And now in the last year, 6 months or so, we've been getting more and more into the software space, working with guys like Sander Stage, probably going to bleep that out, but working with some other creators too. And yeah, it just seems like everyone is trying to start software. And do you feel like there's a lot of competition now? Because, I mean, I can say I'm building a lot of software products right now, and I'm definitely creating a lot of competition, not for your specific product, but other products. But do you see like a lot of competition in your niche coming in the next 6 months, 1 year or so?
Yeah, 100%.
And how are you planning on combating them?
I think a lot of the people getting into software now don't have the advantage of 5 years experience in e-commerce, 5 years experience of knowing the market, a year and a bit of growing another software company, a successful agency which was sold. So all of that together, that experience there helps me grow the business in the right way. Also, a lot are bootstrapping it. They try to go just all self-funded like myself, but do it on the bare minimum for everything. They don't try to go above and beyond. For sure, it's getting competitive, and it's the same when I got into e-commerce, the same sort of time. More people were getting in, more people were launching, and I'm sure over the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to have to adapt, make your site better, get a better website, of course.
Of course. And you know where to do that.
And stand out in every way possible. And I think social media is one big thing. Typically, people getting into software, now it's changing, but are an older demographic. They market in a different way, they target a different segment of people. And having a younger mind come in where the focus was e-commerce before, and you can take those same principles, they are very different from software, but you can get a new segment of customers.
And so, also on that topic, do you have an exit plan when you get into a company in general, but then also specifically into Make UGC, your software companies? Do you have an exit plan saying, look, I'm going to grow this for so-and-so years, and I'm going to exit it, or try and exit it out? Do you have that going in, or are you just sort of free rolling and see where you can take it?
Yeah, I think when you start a business with nothing down at all, you don't really think about the potential of selling the company at a later stage. It's more just growing and see how far we can take it. With Make UGC and Videx, it's very different because heavy amounts have been invested personally, and there's no outside financing, no loans. It's all my personal funds from previous exits, other businesses. So that's funding that. I need to make sure there is a return on investment, but I know at this software stage right now, I could sell both the companies and get far more than what I've put in. So that's always nice peace of mind. The main aim is to grow it as hard as possible and as fast as possible. And look, offers can come through. People can email you, and a conversation can lead to an offer, an exit very, very quickly. And you never know who else jumps into this space and tries to target through acquisition. But right now, there's no big number, big amount of time to go ahead and sell out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm running my agency right now, and my plan is just to scale it as far as possible, see where I can take it, and then eventually sort of build out the sort of venture side where I can do exactly what you're doing, is build out multiple software products, monetize them, and then maybe also exit them too. Yeah. That's maybe 6 months, 4 months down the line for me right now.
Yeah.
Had a question though. So we're right here in this lovely apartment, and how do you get work done? Because it seems like you're constantly traveling, running multiple businesses. I mean, for the people at home, let's say they're in school, they're in university, they have school on the side, and they're running a business on the side, and they're struggling even then to run their business. But how are you traveling around and still finding the time to work and all of that?
Yeah, I would say this week and a half or week and a half at the end is a little bit different because it is a change of scene. It's still working, but we've been playing around a bit, having a little bit of fun, which is fine. And I think you do need to take those times out. Normally when I'm traveling for business, it's alone and then meeting people in certain places.
Yep.
So I'll travel for a few days, have different meetings, meet up with the team elsewhere, and then go ahead and get stuff done at those locations. Then maybe there's 2 or 3 days in between. I'll go with someone to a different city, we'll have some fun, and then go from there. But when I'm in a different country, try to get to a new place. There is an element of like a week and a half, 2 weeks, knowing where you are, knowing where the grocery store is. Even though I don't buy any groceries, just like just bottled water.
Yeah, all you do, literally, you go in the fridge right now, it's just bottled waters. I had to buy my own food when I was here. I had to buy eggs, yogurt, a bunch of other things too. But yeah, all you do is you go out, you take Ubers everywhere. Do you think that's a sustainable lifestyle?
It's all about time, and they say, look, oh, well, my time is worth this. It's not worth going out. I think it's probably more healthy to go ahead and eat at home, make your own food. And when I'm trying to pick stuff online, I'm trying to pick the healthy things from decent places.
Yeah.
But it's the whole hassle, and especially not having a car here. I don't want to go Uber to the supermarket, get some groceries, come back, cook, clean, then Uber again. Sometimes it's just easier just to order something on your phone or go out for dinner, and we can go out for dinner, discuss different ideas. Is it financially making sense? Probably not, but it's a peace of mind, it's easy, and it means when I'm done eating, I can go straight back to work.
Yeah. So, next 3 years,
Yep.
what's the plan? Just gonna travel around, continue that, running software companies, anything else? Maybe YouTube, trying to copy Iman Gadji on YouTube, some vlogs there. Yeah, what's up with that?
No, I always try to be myself, so that's the main thing. I do want to push out YouTube more. I've been able to grow it to like 3,000 subscribers, just pure effort. I've spent quite a bit in building out a little team there, but that's something that there needs to be more consistency, and YouTube rewards that. So I need to push that out further. As far as 3 years, I think it seems so far away, but it's growing the software company further, targeting more acquisitions of e-commerce brands, and overall growing things business-wise from what I currently have. I think it's a really good setup. We have a great team, we have a few really good people, and it's to carry on growing that. In terms of where I'm going to be based, I'm still waiting on my EU visa for Portugal.
Yeah,
that will be my main base. I like Portugal a lot.
Yeah.
Good weather, nice people, and just overall just a nice place to work. And then still traveling around a little bit, so different countries in the winter. I don't particularly like the rain and the darkness.
Just avoid London.
Yeah,
at all costs.
It's something I lived through enough.
Yeah.
And I'll do anything to avoid the winters now. Like, summer here is beautiful.
Yeah,
in the
maybe
winter.
maybe Cape Town.
Maybe Cape Town.
With my business partner, is it like media? Your business partner, maybe too.
Yeah, it could be a spot.
Yeah.
So
I think we should go to Cape Town. It's a great lifestyle there, right? You have tennis courts that you can hit up, some nice golf courses, beach. Safety might be a problem, but we can sort that out.
yeah, it seems like a good place to be honest. Like I've been wanting to go for ages.
Yeah.
Australia, I also really want to go to.
Yeah, it's just the time zones, right?
Time zones are really, really bad,
Yeah.
and especially when you're working with the US, and a lot of our partners are now, or even with like. You're working with just Asia, that means you have quiet mornings, then really late evenings. You stay up to like crazy times.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to be
Do
asleep.
you try to like avoid? Do you try to like be in places where you have like good time zones?
Yeah, for my actual base, I think London time zone is the best by far.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing that beats the London time zone, so that's London, Lisbon. And it means 5 hours to East Coast.
Yeah.
You have 7 hours to sort of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, which is great. And you can just work with the whole world. And it's just a really nice way. That means you can have quiet mornings, you can have quiet evenings, you can have that freedom there. But I try to be in bed asleep by like midnight, 1 by the latest most nights.
Yeah, I go to bed like, I didn't think I go to bed late, but now that I realize with you, I go to bed quite late.
Yeah, really late. 2, 3 in the morning is by far the latest, unless we're out doing something, but you're just here like working until 3 in the morning.
Yeah, sitting over there on the dining table working, but then I also, wake up later. Like I'll wake up at like 9, 10, and you'll wake up at what, 8?
Yeah, 7 or 8 normally try to be up. For me,
Yeah.
like I love the mornings, love thinking of new ideas, being productive. Normally people start slow because of the American time zones.
Exactly.
So I can get my stuff all done in the morning, think of the ideas, and when America wakes up,
Yeah.
we can get to work.
Yeah, I'll probably make that shift if I have more like European clients. But right now, mostly US, it's just not really worth it to wake up so early.
Yeah.
Ask about, okay, we talked about software stuff. We haven't talked really much about the e-com stuff. So yeah, tell the audience a bit about Sawasabi and then...
So there's two companies there, one for e-commerce management and one which is e-commerce brokerage. Started with a close friend of mine, and we've been trying to grow that more and more, but sort of in the last year and a half, 2 years, most of my wealth, if you could say that, has come from acquisitions, buying e-commerce businesses, improving them, renovating them, and either running them or selling them on within sort of a 6 month to 18-month time period. And it's done really well. So we've done very good months.
You can't reveal any numbers?
Yeah, it's one thing I'm always careful at sharing. We've done good numbers. I don't want it to come off in the wrong way at all. We push things really hard, and that's able to fund software companies, fund things like this. So it's still very close. It's something I enjoy. I like seeing businesses that have done well, hearing the owner stories behind how they actually started that business, and then seeing what we can go ahead and improve. So one business we're looking at right now is a subscription beauty box, and a larger company that owns them have gone into really bad trouble debt-wise, so they have to offload that business anyway. They virtually give it away, but it's got $40,000 a month in subscriptions. Now, if we can just turn that around, reduce churn as much as possible, so the number of customers dropping off, we can build that into a really, really successful business.
How much would you sell it for?
I mean, on a subscription e-commerce business, you'll probably look at anywhere from 3 to 4x profit, recurring profit per year, which for a business under 12 months old, that's where you look at. Beyond that, they go much higher.
Yeah,
yeah.
Much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And so, Wasabi, let's talk about that then.
Yeah, so Sawasabi, we review all these businesses. We review anywhere from 40 to 50 businesses, that acquisition per month. We may do 1 or 2 acquisitions personally, because everything's bootstrapped, no outside funding on any of the businesses. That means we probably see out of those 40 or 50, 10 to 15 excellent businesses that need to be sold, which we know how to go ahead.
This is per month, right?
Yeah, this is per month, which we know how to go ahead and sell. So we build out presentations, decks, financial statements, all of the things, first time seller, because look, most people don't sell many businesses in their life, maybe 2 or 3 in their whole lifetime. So we've sold lots of businesses before as a team. We'll go ahead and do all the process and then just take a fee on the back end. So that makes easy exits, high exits. We'll push it out to active buyer groups as well. We've got different sources to go ahead and push these businesses out to, and some of them we buy ourselves.
So I got a somewhat of an audience on Twitter, right? Some money Twitter guys, a lot of e-com guys. They say, look, I'm trying to sell my store. Do they just DM you on Instagram? What's the best way to reach Sell Wasabi?
Well, the easiest way to go ahead and do is go across to Sell Wasabi, Wasabi, WASABI.
Best website out there, by the way.
.com, built by you, so it's very, very good. We have a valuation tool on there. You just go ahead and fill out all the details in your store. You're going to get a rough ballpark range of what your store is worth right now. This is for e-commerce dropshipping stores. If you have another business, just send us an email. From there, we'll reach out to you. We'll arrange a quick call, understand where you're currently at, give you some numbers, and then we can work it from there. So you can be listed in anywhere from like 12 to 24 hours.
That's good. And now, something else I wanted to go over is your sales process. So for my agency, we usually have like a sort of an audit on a website, then a discovery call, and then a close call, going over proposal, close call. If not, we extend it for another call, and then usually close them. I'm curious what that process looks like for selling a business, because there's so many more factors that sort of play into it.
Yep.
What does that sort of process, sales cycle look like?
So from the valuation form, that gives you a valuation, we take those answers in, so we know roughly what your business is making, what the website is. We can go ahead and check all of that out.
Yeah.
Then we want to know, number one, what the real reason for selling is. Now, somebody who's got free time right now and has a great business and they're looking to sell, what's the real reason that they're looking to sell? Is there something down the line which we're going to find out, or a buyer's going to find out? It's a really big problem. Are all of their subscriptions about to go? Were they shipping empty boxes, drop shipping?
Or like no ship?
Yeah, no ship.
Yeah.
We've seen it all. We've seen like fake credit cards.
Wow.
There's different things on Shopify that you can do. So we want to look through and understand the real reason why they're selling. Maybe they're building something else that's really successful. They want to carry on growing that. So once we establish the real reason they're selling, then we can understand pros and cons. Where does the business actually grow? If they're launched on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, they're on Snapchat ads, TikTok, they're going through all these different affiliates as well, and they're currently doing $20,000 a month. How's a new owner going to take it to $50,000? Where are they going to go ahead and target without going to wholesale?
So wait, sorry to interrupt, but is this before you hop on a call with them? It's just going over all the information.
So we go through all of this for free before. So then when we hop on a call, we understand the business, what it does, and then we can ask dedicated questions from there. We want to understand where the growth opportunity is. Once we do that, we'll hop on a call, discuss prices, well, we can see what we can do in terms of timeline. Some owners really want to sell fast because maybe they're growing another business, they need to pay something in time.
Yeah.
So we can help with a quick exit there, post it out to more people, leave it as that winning price and make sure people are coming back. Others don't mind leaving it on the market for 3 months and waiting for a good figure to come back, all cash. Others want a seller finance and cash up front. So there's all different ways of putting together a deal and financing a business.
So for 80% of the cases, you have a call with them, you go over the pricing and so on, then I'm guessing you do a listing, and then you just text them, and then at the end you do another call to like close it out? Or when do you actually sign the person? Is it on that first call?
On the first call, normally. We discuss over all the details, we discuss price. Sometimes they don't have their financials prepared, so we'll send over a profit and loss template. They can fill out all their financials, all the information, then we hop on another call and discuss price range, but we give them a ballpark from day one. They know roughly what it's worth. And then from there it's close. And I like to check in with business owners all the time, once every week.
Once every week?
Yeah. And just discuss through how the deals are right now. Are the different ways of financing on the table? Has the situation of the business changed? Because look, they're running businesses. The sales are going to go up and down. How can we present that to a pool of buyers?
Interesting. And so, yeah, what's the longest amount of time you've taken to sell a business?
Oh, long. I think 13 months, and that was one of my businesses.
13 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why
does it take so long? Is it you just did the wrong listing, or?
Well, it was one of mine. Now, some people think you can just underprice your business as much as possible and somebody will buy it, but going through a buyer's mind is, why is it so cheap? For my case, it was completely different. It was overpriced to begin with. We kept on dropping it down. We posted it out to many different sites.
Can we say which business it is?
No.
Okay.
It was a print-to-demand store, an e-commerce
store.
store.
So it was an e-com store?
Yeah, e-com store, print-to-demand. And it took ages to go ahead and sell. We had to go through different financials. Private buyer eventually bought it, and that went through. It was sort of a 2.5 month process to get to the stage of an exit. Going through all financials, due diligence, Facebook ads, where the majority of the sales were coming through. It had a huge customer base as well.
Yeah.
600,000 people.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but some interesting stuff. Maybe I might also get into ecom one day, but for me, I'm sort of sticking to software. I just see way more potential, way more scalability. Yeah, but maybe one day I'll sort of take the Eman Gadget approach, launch my own sunwear brand, scale it to the moon. Might be something one day, because there is just something cool about launching an e-com brand, right? Is you have a physical product you can touch, you can give to people. I was talking to this, I can't say name. I was talking to this guy the other day, and he has this supplement company, and he also runs software companies that we're also building out one right now for him too. But he has a supplement company, and he said what's really cool about it is he can just take his product and give it to other people as a present. And there's something so cool about that, because with software, you can't say, oh yeah, like,
here's a free trial.
Yeah, here's a free trial, but then after 30 days you can start paying me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's been a good chat. I think we'll end it here. Gotta take my flight now back to Switzerland.
And next one in South Africa.
Yeah, next one's South Africa. By the way, quick context, we recorded one, when was it, like a month ago?
Yeah,
2
3
months
weeks ago. No.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
well, I had my surgery, and that was over a month.
Okay, 5 weeks.
That was like 2 months.
6 weeks.
Was it? Yeah, maybe 6 weeks or so.
5-6 weeks. In coma, but it didn't turn up enough, so
yeah.
Theo came out here to film again.
That's why he came back to France, just so we could film this chat again. The problem with the other one was my posture was bad, so I didn't want to post a podcast because of my posture. But yeah, this one's definitely better.
The posture's better now.
And the cool
red
seats.
sofa.
You still have a cool background with like the ocean.
Bit of a golden hour right now as well.
Yeah.
Time to get some food.
Yeah.
And get a flight.
Hopefully I'll make it. But yeah, it's good chatting, man.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.